Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, you are going to learn about what is phishing. Phishing is a type of online fraud in which the victims are psychologically manipulated to provide sensitive information or to install malicious program in their computers or mobile phones. This sensitive information could be anything, such as passwords, credit card number, or other personal details as well. It is similar to fishing. While in fishing, the fishermen use the fish food as the bait to trap fishes into fishing net or fishing rod. In the same way, in phishing scam, the cyber attackers use fake offers as bait to trap users into their scam. The attackers can perform phishing through emails, SMS, phone call, fake websites, and even face to face. So I hope by now you have a very good understanding about what are phishing emails or what is phishing attack, right? And what is the purpose of phishing attack. So that's all for this class. See you next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, we will get an idea like how a phishing attack is performed so that we can be aware and we can be very much cautious about the steps and the activities of phishing attack. So if we talk in terms of steps, so in first step, a malicious hacker sends an email or a message to the target, acting as a reputed source. It may be a reputed company, it may be a reputed person, or anything like that. And then it asks the target to follow a third party link for a security inspection or maybe for a simple feature update, or it may be anything. There may be some other offers as well. I'm just listing a few as example, right? And then in next step, the target thinks the email came from the mentioned sender only. He thinks the sender is genuine. So he follows the link and update the required details. So he opens the link and finds the genuine website kind of thing over there, right? Thinking it's a genuine website, he enters all his details in the website. Then in third phase, on the fake website, the user is asked to submit some private information like account credential for a specific website or maybe the some private information or any such thing. Once the details are submitted, all the information is sent to the hacker who designed the website and malicious email. And then in fourth step, on receiving the account credential, the hacker is free to use them by logging into or by further selling this information to others. All right. So in this way, you have seen like how it starts from step one and goes through step two, three, and four, and ultimately how a user gets trapped into a fake email and how he passes all his details very easily in the hands of hacker. So throughout this course, we will see like how we can identify these emails and how we can prevent these phishing attacks and what we can do to safeguard ourselves. So please stay tuned throughout this course to know about all these tricks and tips to keep ourselves safe and prevented from all these frauds. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back. I have one humble request. If you find any value in this course or if you learn anything new out of this course, please rate and review this course. You can easily rate the course by using the option available in top right corner of your browser. Please remember, your appreciation is source of my inspiration. And one more thing I want to tell you, I check these reviews and ratings on daily basis. And I promise I will personally write a thanks note for you as a reply to your rating. Please rate the course, that would really help me to make the course better and better every day. So I hope you will follow these requests. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, you will learn about what is deceptive phishing. Deceptive phishing emails are often designed to look like they have come from legitimate company. They are the most common type of phishing emails, probably the most common and maybe also the most dangerous. These are emails that will impersonate a legitimate and well-known company. If you are not a customer of any such company, then you should quickly understand that you are dealing with a phishing attempt. But in many cases, since we deal with many well-known companies and services, the chances are that you are currently using their services. And if the phishing email looks good, chances are very high that you believe that what is written in the mail is actually true and you will want to take action. Means you would like to correct the things which have been mentioned in the email. Usually, such emails will tell you that there is some problem with your account or that there is some message waiting for you or they will need some delivery information or any other problem that you will need to resolve. But one thing is very common. In all those cases, the email will request that you click on some button or link and take action. Hope now you are getting a hint what I am trying to say. This is the reason why these type of phishing emails are so dangerous. Like you will not get a chance even to make a difference or to look for the things that this email could be a fake one as well. Like you will get a full feel of a genuine email, except some minor differences. Because as a user of their service, if you don't realize that this is all a scam, you will want to resolve any problem and make sure that you have set all your records correct and straight. And that is where we are trapped. Now, if we want to look in some examples of deceptive phishing emails, like here you can see we are getting a mail from Microsoft 365. And I believe almost 80% of users are using Office 365 services in their corporate job. All right. So chances are also very much that the people who are using these services will consider this type of emails as genuine because this mail is using the language which normally a service provider company uses, right? And so anybody can get trapped seeing this type of email. So it is very much critical. Like we know the tips about how we can identify such type of emails. We will discuss all these tips in our coming classes. Don't worry about that. But for now, just try to see like how dangerous and how similar these fake mails could be. So this is one more mail, right? To be honest, if I see this mail, I can easily trust this one, right? Seeing the contents, seeing the logo, because also I am a user of Gmail, so it look like genuine email, right? At least for once, I will think about to take some action in case I get this type of email, right? And if I'm not aware about the phishing emails and I don't know the tips like how to identify these spam emails or these phishing emails, then I can get easily trapped. So seeing this mail, you can easily guess like how dangerous could be such type of emails, right? So in this class, you have seen like what are different characteristics of these deceptive emails. Fine. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, you will learn about spear phishing and also you will learn what are different characteristics and examples of spear phishing. Spear phishing is a more sophisticated and planned version of phishing. It targets specific organizations or individuals and seek unauthorized access to confidential data. With spear phishing, an attacker have prior information about their victim, such as their full name, phone number, address, and so on. Spear phishing can take place through email, text messages, or phone calls. During this type of attack, the victim is easily convinced because the attacker has information about them that makes them sound like legitimate and trustworthy. These emails are even more dangerous because they will let you feel that you can trust the sender. Since it looks like they know some stuff about you, so the emails look like very legitimate and genuine. You can easily trust, when you think like this person knows something about me, so he may be genuine, right? Because he has found this information about me from a trusted source. So we normally trust such type of mails. However, usually such information about you will come from social media sites like LinkedIn, Facebook, and other sites, which includes your professional and social bio basically. So in summary, we can say that these type of mails are very dangerous because sender sends the mail containing some information about you. Like for example, they will start the mail with your name, or maybe like sometimes they will tell you the last three characters of your account number, or maybe like they will tell you the last three numbers of your phone number, right? So so they will be sharing some type of these information which you know this particular information belongs to you only, and that is their main trapping point. So if we look for some examples of such spear phishing emails, as you can see in this picture, this mail seems to be coming from bank account or from bank. In this email, you can easily see like it has last three characters of our account number, right? So the person who is receiving this email, chances are very much that he will trust this email because this particular information belongs to him only, right? If he remember his account number, he can easily see like, okay, this sender know something about me, so he might be some trustable sender, all right? And he can easily try to browse this link basically, and that's the catching point. That is the point where he gets trapped. So if you also believe this email is genuine, then you are also at risk. Means you also cannot identify these fake emails. So chances are very much that you can also get trapped. But don't worry, we will discuss all the tips and tricks about how we can identify and prevent such type of fake emails. So stay tuned with me in this course and we will discuss all these things in detail in our coming lectures. Right? So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, you will learn about whaling phishing attacks. In whaling phishing, targets include C-level executives. For example, it could be CEOs, CFOs, COOs, and other such parties. It may be like senior executives, political office holders who can authorize large payments or wire transfers or the release of sensitive information without approval from others. The messages are carefully written to manipulate the recipient into divulging sensitive corporate data and personal information or authorizing large payments to cyber criminals. Normally, whaling phishing emails consist of a sense of urgency, personalized information about the target, For example, his name, his colleague's name, his company, and so on. And also these emails contain corporate or business tone. Means the language used in these emails is very formal. Means it is very correct one to impress and to give a sense of legitimate email. At first look, anybody can easily guess like this email has come from a genuine gentleman. So chances of doubting such type of emails are very less. If we don't know the tips and tricks about how we can identify these type of emails, then chances are very much that anybody can get trapped easily in such type of whaling emails. So if we see some examples of whaling email, you can see this picture. So in picture basically, one colleague is trying to send email to his colleague. It's a kind of basically internal email. And in this email, one person is saying to other like, please make a payment that was supposed to go out last week. And see the language like, I am currently unavailable to take the call, but I will check later today regarding the payment. Means he is asking for the payment, but to have a cross check, the sender is not available, right? Next mail you can see like it's a mail from service provider, and it is saying like our business account details have changed, and it is asking to send the payment on the changed details. Means it is asking for payment with new details. So the obviously the mail has been sent to some person who can easily make the transaction without any further approvals or without any further discussion with others. So in this class, you have seen like what are the different characteristics of whaling phishing emails. And we have seen different examples like how people try to tap the people who have basically authorities and who have very sensitive information. These emails are very different from generic phishing emails. These emails basically target a single person or very few limited people only. So we have seen in this lecture like what are whaling phishing emails and what are different features of these emails and what are targets of these emails, right? And why these emails are so dangerous than normal and generic phishing emails. Fine. So I hope by now you have a very good idea about whaling phishing emails. We will see about different tips and tricks about how we can identify these type of emails at first look and how we can ensure that these emails are fake. So that's all for this lecture. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, you will learn about what is clone phishing and what are the characteristics of clone phishing. So clone phishing occurs when attackers create a convincing clone of a legitimate email or website. Attackers create convincing copies of real emails such as invoices, payment requests, or security alerts and modify them to include malicious links or attachments in those cloned emails. They compromise or impersonate the original sender and use the copycat email to dupe victims into entering login credentials, paying an invoice, downloading malware, or sharing sensitive data. These emails are often identical to a previous email the victim has already received. The only difference is a malicious attachment or link is included in these cloned emails or in these fake emails. As you can see in this example as well, one mail has been sent from a customer and then on the same email in next mail thread, they are trying to ask like, we have changed our payment system. Now we no more accept paper check, but only thing is you can send the payment through some electronic media. And as you can see, they are asking for the payment through wire only. Means they are asking for a online payment. So the main point over here is If somebody is not aware about phishing emails, right, he can easily make this transaction by trusting this fake email or this cloned email, right? In our next example, as you can see, this mail seems to be from Amazon, right? If somebody don't pay attention to its mail ID, then easily anybody can get trapped in this mail content, right? It seems like it has come from the original company, like it has come from the Amazon only. And in case somebody is getting very frequent emails from Amazon, he can easily trust this email because contents are almost same. So in this class, you have seen like what are clone phishing emails and how they look like. In our coming classes, we will see how we can identify them with different tips and how we can prevent these emails and how we can keep ourselves safeguard from these fraud emails. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, you will learn about pop-up phishing and you will see the characteristics and examples of pop-up phishing in this class. Pop-up phishing is when a message pops up when a user is surfing the website that tells the potential victim something is wrong with the security of their device, right? For example, like you are surfing some web and suddenly a pop-up comes and that tells something is wrong with your computer, or maybe like you have win some reward, or maybe like you have won some lottery, like that. So these pop-ups are symptoms of pop-up phishing. For example, it could say something like, warning, your computer may have a virus. It will then prompt you to scan your device, but in actual, doing this will infect your device with malware. Please pay attention to this. Once the malware is installed, attackers can steal your data or prevent you from accessing your files, depending upon the type of malware that has been installed. These are some examples of how these pop-ups look like, right? I'm sure someone of you must have seen all these pop-ups when you are browsing some site. These are very common. But in case you don't take any action about these pop-ups, you are safe. But if you take some action, like if you try to scan your computer or if you try to install these antivirus softwares using these pop-ups, then you are trapped. Some more examples like this is a Amazon pop-up and it is trying to say like you have won some award if you take a survey. Once you will click this button to take this survey, you will be redirected to some fake website that is asking for your private information and then or maybe like that fake website asks you to install some plugins or some softwares before taking the survey. Anything it could be, anything, right? So please try to identify such kind of pop-ups. We will be learning about all the tips and tricks about how we can prevent and how we can identify these harmful pop-ups, right? In our coming classes. So don't worry about that. So that's all for this class. Like we have discussed what are pop-up phishing and how they look like. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, you will learn about farming phishing attack and you will learn what is farming actually in terms of phishing. In farming attacks, hackers buy domain names which are similar to popular websites like google.com, facebook.com in a hope that a target will type such a URL in a hurry. When they reach the website, they see an identical page to the original one and then they submit their login credentials without cross-checking the address. And that is the point they get trapped. Example of some methods which are used by attackers are malware farming and DNS server poisoning. Each has a different method of trapping people in, but both type of farming attacks have the same goal in mind: collecting data from victims. Malware farming, also known as DNS changer malware, begins like an ordinary malware attack, with a victim opening a malicious email or downloading a malicious file. The malware then changes the local host files so that when you enter a domain into your browser redirects you to a fake website. The fake website usually look like the real one, so victims normally don't suspect that something is not right. The malware may be programmed to redirect several different websites, so any computer with this malware is extremely dangerous to use. Next one is DNS server poisoning. Domain name system, that is DNS. DNS poisoning happens when fake information is entered into the cache of a domain naming server. This can cause DNS to produce an incorrect reply, sending users to the wrong websites. DNS poisoning is also known by terms like DNS spoofing and DNS cache poisoning. If we look at some examples of how farmed websites look like, as you can see in this example, like we are getting a website that looks like PayPal website. In case anybody is not aware about phishing attacks, he can get easily trapped in this scam. Now, next one is, as you can see, this is a fake Facebook website. If somebody is not aware about phishing attacks, he can get easily trapped in this fake website, and he can provide the credentials of their Facebook account easily into this fake website. So if you are getting worried after seeing this fake website, don't worry. I will tell you all the tricks and tips about how you can identify these fake websites and these fake emails. So stay tuned in this course. That's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn about how you can check for generic greetings in email to identify if a email is phishing email or it's a genuine email. Though no technique can be 100% foolproof, but yes, it gives you a strong hint about the genuine or fake nature of a email or a message. So, inspecting the salutation or greetings in an email is another way to identify phishing emails. Look at how you are addressed. Start by looking at how the email addresses you. Legitimate emails don't use any greetings at all, or often they use your name or username in the salutation. For example, dear your name or hello your name, right? So please pay extra attention to this. Checking for generic greetings. Phishing emails often use generic or impersonal greetings because they are sent out in bulk to many people. Watch out for greetings like dear customer, dear user, or hello friend. If the email doesn't address you by name, it could be a phishing attempt. Please be extra cautious. And last but not the least, compare with previous correspondence. If you have received email from same sender before, compare salutation with previous emails. If there is a sudden change in how they address you, it could be a red flag. Please pay extra attention to these things. Now, in this example, as you can see, the sender is saying like dear Amazon.com customer, means it's a generic salutation, right? No name, no username, nothing, but it's a generic kind of greeting. So it's a kind of spam or phishing email you can get a hint of. All right, though it is indicating some other things as well, which we can use to decide whether it's a phishing email or genuine email. like mail ID of this email is also suspicious, right? So I hope by now you have a better idea about how you can identify whether an email is genuine or not by seeing its greeting or salutation way. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn about why should you cross-check the legitimacy of email or message from the sender by using some different mechanism other than the message or mail you have received from that sender. So one must always cross-check the sender and contents of a sensitive message or email that ask for private information or money payment. Whether from the bank or a vendor or a colleague or a shopping website, whatever the source, checking the sender's address is the first step in protecting oneself. Because obviously, you cannot get such email from unknown people. In case it is from unknown people, it is a red flag in itself, and you can easily ignore such emails and delete them. And if you are getting these emails from known people, it means you know them, and that's why you can easily contact them to check the legitimacy of email message or mobile message. So always cross check using some alternate method of communication before passing any sensitive information or before making any payment. That's a thumb rule basically. Don't share any sensitive information or don't make any payment if you doubt even a bit, or even if you don't doubt, if the message is asking for your private information or if it is asking for some payment, always cross check with the sender of that message. Thumb rule, no compromise in this. For example, you have received an email asking for some payment, right? So what you can do here is you can cross check by calling the sender on mobile phone, right? Or for example, if you have received a message on your phone, what you can do in that case is you can send him a mail, right? Or maybe like you can call him from some alternate number maybe. Or maybe the best thing is you can wait before making any payments, right? Till you don't cross check with the person, don't make a payment. Thumb rule, right? Because that is a very common technique by scammers. Like they create a sense of urgency, as we discussed in our previous examples and classes, right? They will say like, I'm in a meeting and I cannot take the call, but I have this payment overdue and it need to be made urgently. So please make this payment, right? For example, if it's a mail from CEO and he has requested you to make some payment, I'm sure many of you would not think twice before making this payment. You will make that, right? And that's the uh, point where you are trapped. Please make a thumb rule. If somebody is asking for some payment or some private information, don't pass any such information until unless you have a confirmation with that sender on some other means of communication. So I hope by now you have a very clear mindset. So that's all for this class. See you next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. Avoiding pop-ups is important to prevent phishing attacks because they can trick you into revealing personal information or downloading malware on your device. In this lecture, we will learn about how and why to avoid these pop-ups, right? So first rule is don't click on unexpected pop-ups. If you see a pop-up window suddenly appear while browsing the internet, especially if it claims to be from trusted source like your bank or a familiar website, don't click on it. Pop-ups can be disguised as legitimate notification to trick you into taking action. So don't react to them. Close pop-ups safely. Instead of clicking on any button on the link within the pop-up, use the close button. Usually it's a X mark in the corner, right? Or you can look for like it might be having some button. Like for example, in this picture, here I have the button to close this pop-up. So use this button only to safely close this pop-up. Don't click just here and there. For example, if you will click yes, you will be trapped. Even if you will click no, you will be trapped. Just click proper button to close the pop-up, right? Avoid interacting with the pop-up content to prevent unintentional falling for a phishing scam. Please don't play with its buttons. They all contain some harmful things behind these links or behind these buttons, right? Don't play with them. Next one is avoid providing personal information. Be cautious of pop-ups that ask for personal information such as your name, address, phone number, or financial details. Legitimate websites and organizations typically don't ask for sensitive information through pop-up windows. They use a proper channel to ask you for details. You can use pop-up blockers. Though most of the web browsers offer built-in pop-up blockers that can prevent pop-ups from appearing while you browse the internet. Make sure your pop-up blocker is enabled to reduce the risk of encountering phishing pop-ups. I have seen people like they normally disable the pop-up blockers. That is a wrong practice. Please never disable these pop-up blockers. Fine. Though by default they are enabled in every browser, but just in case you have disabled them due to any reason, please enable them now only. Right? That's a best practice. Phishing pop-ups may display warning messages alarming you of security threats or system errors on your device. Avoid clicking on any link or button within the pop-up. Instead, close the pop-up window and run a security scan on your device if you are concerned about malware. Or in case you are working in a corporate, inform your IT team immediately. So, by avoiding pop-ups and being aware while browsing the internet, you can reduce the risk of falling victim to phishing attacks and protect your personal information and devices from harm. So in this class, you have seen like how you can deal with the pop-ups and how you can disable them using the default settings of any browser. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn about how you can identify whether an email is phishing or a genuine email by just watching the tone and sense of urgency of a email or a message. First point is pay attention to the tone. Start by noticing the overall tone of the email. Phishing emails often use a tone that's urgent or alarming to make you act quickly without thinking. That's the trick they always use basically. As you can see in this picture as well, and in this example mail as well, like it is saying the above link will expire in 24 hours. Claim your free gift now, right? It's creating a sense of urgency basically. So wherever you see a sense of urgency, please be extra aware. Please be extra alert, right? Next one is watch out for urgency in the language. Be cautious of words or phrases that create a sense of urgency. For example, act now, urgent action required, or immediate attention needed. So please beware of all such kind of words or phrases. Phishing emails may use these techniques to pressure you into clicking on links or providing personal information hastily. So I hope by now you very well understand wherever there is a urgency or a sense of urgency in the tone of a email, please be extra aware about that email. Please use your all techniques of identifying a phishing email, right? So please don't act anything in urgency. Take your time, think twice, and then act upon when you are fully comfortable that this email is very much legitimate. Alright? So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn about how multi-factor authentication can help you prevent phishing attacks. So multi-factor authentication, that is MFA, is a security process that requires some extra information than a username and password to sign into online accounts. This extra information could be anything. For example, along with the password, users might be asked to enter a code sent to their email or mobile, answer a secret question, or scan a fingerprint. It could be anything. Benefits of using MFA is that even if your credentials are compromised, accounts remain safe because a hacker can have your password, but he cannot have your device at the same time, or he cannot have the same biometrics what you have. For example, your fingerprints or your thumb impression that is with you only. So in this way, you have seen like how MFA can help you to remain safe from phishing scams, right? So it is always recommended to use MFA on all your online accounts. It's a priority. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn about how updating a software or how always keeping your software up to date can help you in keeping phishing scams away from you and your machine. So basically, keeping your software, including your web browser, email client, antivirus software, operating system patches, up to date can help protect against known threats, right? Keeping your software up to date is like regularly maintaining your home to keep it safe from thieves, right? Just as you would fix broken locks or replace old doors to keep burglars out, updating your software closes security gaps that hackers can use to exploit your device. When software developers discover vulnerabilities or weakness in their programs, they release updates or patches to fix them. By installing these updates, you are essentially strengthening the locks on your digital doors, making it harder for cyber criminals to break in. Hope it makes sense. So phishing attacks often target these vulnerabilities or weak points, using them as entry points to steal your personal information or infect your devices with malware. However, if your software is up to date, it's like having a security guard constantly patrolling your digital neighborhood, keeping an eye for suspicious activity and stopping cyber criminals in their tracks. So by simply keeping your software up to date, you are taking a proactive step to protect yourself against phishing attacks and keeping your digital life safe and secure. So I hope by now you know the importance of keeping software up to date and how this practice can help protect against phishing attacks. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn about how you can identify the links or how you can identify a phishing mail using the links that have been embedded into the message or email, right? How exploring these links can help you identifying the phishing email. So first one is hover over to the link. Instead of clicking on the link directly, move your mouse cursor over it without clicking. This action will reveal the actual web address that the link will take you to, right? For example, in this picture, you can see it has two links basically, like this one and this one basically, right? If you will hover over to these links, you will know the actual address of these links. Fine. And in this way, you can see like whether the link that is behind these URLs is the actual one which you are expecting. Now, next one is check the URL. Look closely at the URL that appears when you hover over the link. Make sure it matches the website you are expecting. If the URL looks suspicious or doesn't match the expected one, it could be a phishing attempt. Please be extra careful about such URLs. Watch for misspellings or strange characters. Phishing links often use misspelled variations of legitimate URLs or include unusual characters. Be cautious of URLs that contain random numbers, symbols, or misspelled words, as they may lead to malicious websites. Verify the domain. Pay extra attention to the domain name in the URL. Phishing emails may use deceptive domain names that resembles legitimate ones but are slightly altered. Verify that the domain matches the official website of the organization. Look for secure connection. Legitimate websites typically use secure connection, that is HTTPS, to encrypt data transmitted between your browser and the website. Look for HTTPS at the beginning of URL and padlock icon in the browser's address bar to ensure the connection is secure. In case you got an idea about what I'm talking about, that's fair enough. If not, don't worry, I will show you a demo soon after this class only. Be cautious of URL shorteners. Phishing emails may use URL shortening service to disguise malicious links. Pay extra attention when you click on short URLs, as they can lead to harmful websites. If in doubt, expand the shortened URL using a URL expansion service to see the full link. Don't worry, I will be showing you a complete demo about how you can use free, simple, and online services to check the expanded version of a shortened URL, right? Don't worry about that. Now, as you can see in this example as well, we have two links over there, right? If we will hover over to this link, it will show the actual URL that is behind this link, right? So I will be showing you a demo just after this class. So I hope by now you have a better understanding about how you can identify the links in a email or message to check whether a email is phishing email or it's a genuine email. I will be showing you a demo just after this class. Stay tuned, and that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this demo, you are going to see about how you can identify a link in a email, how you can identify what is the domain of a link, or how you can identify whether a link is secure or not, right? Whether it is on HTTPS or not. So basically, when you open or when you just browse the mail, if you will hover over to any URL, like if I select this one basically, now here you can see like it is starting with HTTPS, all right, and its domain name is azure.net. So these two things we can easily identify, and it gives a big hint about whether a link is secure or not, or whether the mail containing the link is uh, legitimate or not, right? But in this case, I can see this email is legitimate because the link is starting from HTTPS, means it's a secure link, and also the domain name of this URL is azure.net, which I know very well that this domain is from Microsoft only. So I can easily trust this URL. right? In this way, you can also identify the nature of a URL by just hovering the mouse over it, right? Without even clicking on that URL, just hover over to that URL and you can easily see the actual URL behind the link. All right. So in this way, you can identify the links in a email to find whether this email is genuine or not. So that's all for this demo. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn about how you can identify the phishing attempt by checking the email address of sender. This technique is very useful and most reliable. Check the email address. To see the sender's actual email address, hover your mouse over the sender's name or click on it. This will show you the full email address. Next one is verify the domain. The domain is a part of email address that comes after the @ symbol. For example, in example@example.com, example.com is the domain. Make sure the domain matches what you are expecting from the sender. For example, if you are getting an email from a bank, it should end with the bank's official domain name, right? In this case, in this example, this one is the domain name, right? After @ like this one is showing email-records.com. But this email is claiming that this email is from Microsoft, right? It is purely a mismatch. Like mail is showing it has come from Microsoft, but domain name is saying something else, right? So easily we can identify it's a phishing scam. We can simply ignore this mail, we can delete this mail, seeing this mismatch. So this is the first step that we can use to identify whether a mail is phishing mail or a legitimate email. All right. Next one is watch for misspellings or strange characters. Phishing emails often use email address that look similar to legitimate ones, but may have slight misspelling or strange characters. For example, support@bank.com might become support@bank.com with a zero instead of O. Like you can easily see O and zero. It is hardly anybody can differentiate, right? And that is the point where a normal user gets trapped, right? So please pay attention to the correct email ID. Fine. Like this one is zero, and here you can see correct one is with O. So please pay attention to all these small things. Next one is please be aware of free email services. Legitimate organizations usually use their own domain names for emails. Be cautious if you receive emails from free email services like Gmail, Yahoo, or Outlook, claiming to be from official sources. So please pay attention to this. And last but not the least, trust your inner sense. If something feels off or suspicious about the sender's email address, it's better to take some precautionary steps. For example, you can inform your IT team in case you are working in an office, or you can analyze a mail, or you can analyze the URLs, right? So don't worry about how you can analyze a URL or a email. I will be telling you some free tools and very effective tools and very easy tools in further classes of this course. So don't worry about that. I will tell you in detail like how you can scan a URL if it is spam or not, or if it is phishing URL or not, or if a email is legitimate or not. I will be telling you the complete technique. Don't worry about that. Now, finally, by following all these simple steps to check the sender's email address, you can better protect yourself from falling victim to phishing scams. Always stay vigilant and verify the authenticity of emails before taking any action. All right? Especially in the cases where sender is asking for some private details or he is asking for money. So in those cases, pay some extra attention. So let me show you a quick demo about how you can identify the email address of a sender. For example, we have this email client that is Outlook, and in this we can check easily what are the sender's email address. For example, if you will hover mouse to this sender's email address, you can easily see its mail ID, right? And whatever the mail, like if you will hover mouse to it, it will easily show you email address of sender, right? And in case it contains any link, if you will hover mouse on it, it will show you the actual URL of the link. Fine. Now the question arises, you have seen the link, but how to verify whether it is a legitimate one or it's a fake one? Though you can easily identify from seeing the domain, like for example, the domain name is in this URL is Microsoft.com. That I know it's a valid domain for Microsoft. But in case you feel any doubt or you believe like this might not be the actual domain or you are just 50-50, in that case, you can use the technique that I'm going to tell you in coming classes about how you can verify whether a URL is legitimate or not. All right. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone. Welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn about password rotation or changing your password regularly. It helps you prevent phishing attacks by reducing the chances of unauthorized access to your accounts. Throughout this lecture, you will be understanding the benefits of changing your password regularly, and you will understand how it helps you prevent phishing. So first of all, it protects you against stale credentials. Imagine you have used the same password for a long time without changing it. If a phishing attack successfully tricks you into revealing your password, the attacker could have ongoing access to your account for an extended period of time. However, if you regularly rotate your password, even if a hacker gains access to your password through phishing, it will only be valid for a limited time before you change it, right? It means even if a hacker get your password, it will be valid only till you change your password next time, right? Next one is it minimizes the impact of compromised password. As we discussed, phishing attacks often involve tricking you into giving away your password to a fake website or email. If you unknowingly fall for this scam and provide your password, changing it regularly ensures that the compromised password becomes obsolete quickly. This reduces the window of opportunity for attackers to misuse your password. Next one is it enhances account security. Regularly changing your password adds an extra layer of security to your accounts. Even if you have not fallen victim to a phishing attack, periodically rotating your password help you protect against other threats like data breaches, password leaks, or brute force attacks. So it's a good practice basically. Next one is it promotes good security habits. By getting into the habit of regularly updating your passwords, you become more proactive about your online security. It encourages you to stay vigilant, monitor your accounts for suspicious activity, and take action to protect your information. Now, last but not the least, complements other security measures. Password rotation is just one part of a comprehensive approach to cybersecurity. It works alongside other security measures like using strong unique password for each account, enabling two-factor authentication, and staying informed about common phishing tactics. Together, these practices help create a robust defense against phishing attack and other cyber threats. So, if we see overall, password rotation is an essential practice that helps mitigate the risk of phishing attacks by reducing the effectiveness of stolen password and enhancing the overall security of your accounts. By regularly changing your passwords, you make it harder for attackers to gain unauthorized access to your sensitive information and protect yourself from falling victim to phishing scams, right? So I hope by now you have much better understanding about why should we change our passwords regularly, right? And how we can prevent ourselves from phishing attacks if we keep on changing our password regularly and periodically, right? So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. Reviewing the content of an email for spelling and grammar errors is a simple yet effective way to identify phishing emails. And in this lecture, you are going to learn about how you can find the spelling or grammar errors in an email to identify whether it's a genuine email or it's a fake email. First one is read carefully. Start by reading the email content carefully from beginning to end. Pay extra attention to the wordings and structure of sentence. Next one is look for misspellings. Watch out for words that are misspelled or spelled incorrectly. Phishing emails often contain spelling mistakes because they are hastily written and not thoroughly proofread. Common examples include phishing instead of fishing or account instead of account, right? This is just an example. And also you can see in this picture as well, like abnormal exclamation marks are being used or like casings of characters is not correct. It is different in the same word only. So such kind of hints we can identify to uh, ensure whether a email is phishing email or it's a genuine email. Next one is check for grammar errors. Look for grammar mistakes or awkward phrasing in the email. Phishing email may contain grammatical errors or poorly constructed sentences because they are often written by non-native English speakers or automated script basically sometimes. Verify proper punctuation. Pay extra attention to punctuation marks such as commas, periods, and quotation marks. Phishing emails may misuse punctuation or omit it altogether, leading to disjoint or confusing sentences. Right? The same you can see in this picture as well, like punctuation marks, they are not being used correctly, or case sensitivity is not correct in the same word even. Right? So such kind of hints, such kind of grammatical mistakes or spellings you can look for to identify whether a email is genuine or not, right? It gives a big hint basically because normally genuine email senders proofread their email contents and they cross check those emails many times before sending it to recipient. All right. So I hope by now you have a better understanding about how spelling and grammar errors checking can help in identifying a phishing email. So that's all for this class. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this demo, you will learn about how you can scan a URL or a file that you doubt that you have received in your email, right? Or maybe you have received from some other sources. So I will tell you how you can scan the URLs or any file in case you are in doubt. So basically we have one site that is virustotal.com. This site basically provides the free facility for uh, scanning your files or URLs. You can simply upload that file on this site, and this site will tell you whether the file is safe or not for you, right? In the same way, in case you have some URL that you have received in your email and you are in doubt whether that URL is spammy or phishing or whether that's a genuine URL, you can scan that URL over here, and this site can tell you whether this URL is genuine or fake, or whether it is harmful or it is safe to you, right? For example, I have some files. I will show you like how you can scan your files. Like I have these files with me right now. First one, like all these files I have received on my email, right? I have preserved them just for testing and just for showing all these files in my demo basically, right? So that you can get an idea like how it looks like in case it's a unsafe file, or how does it look like in case the file is safe. Fine. So basically, first of all, we will test like this file. Let's see what kind of file is this, whether it is safe or unsafe. It is asking me to confirm upload, and sometimes it check whether we are a robot or what. You need to confirm for it basically. So I have confirmed that I am not a robot, but I am just a human being. So if I choose the file again and I try to upload this file, confirm upload, and it has uploaded on this site. Now it will analyze this file through different sources from different vendors, right? Whether this file is safe or not. Like you can see, it is trying with different tools and different OEMs and different vendors. Like it is using Bitdefender, it is also using Cyanide and Avast as well, 63 security engines. And as you can see over here, no security vendor or no sandboxes flagged this file as a malicious. It means you are safe if you use this file, right? In the same way, in case you want to scan some other file, like which you are in doubt, what you can simply do is you can upload that file. Like for example, if this time I upload this file, though I know in advance like it's a virus file basically, it's a malware, right? It's very risky that I have downloaded this file on my system. I know it very well, but I have downloaded it just to show you a demo. As you can see, like as soon as I uploaded this file onto this site, every vendor is flagging this file as unsafe. Can you see? So what my suggestion over here is, out of 66 vendors, if even a single vendor is marking the file as unsafe, please don't use that file and immediately delete it from your system. And how you need to delete is, like for example, I have this file, and how I can delete this file is shift plus delete. That is a permanent delete, right? Please remember, shift delete. Or what you can do is press shift key and right click this one, and then this one, shift plus delete. Are you sure you want to permanently delete this file? Yes, gone, right? Don't worry, I will type the URL in the downloadable resources. From there, you can get the exact URL of this site. Or you can remember, it's very easy to remember as well. That is virustotal.com. If you want, you can try this site now as well. You will see the interface like this only, right? So this is very trusted site, and you can use this site to scan your files or URLs in case you are in doubt whether the file or URL you have received in message or mail is safe or no. So I hope by now you are very much confident about how you can scan a file or URL in case you have to scan it, right? So that's all for this demo. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this demo, you will learn about how you can check a URL in case it is shortened URL, right? For example, you have received one email and in that email, you have received one short URL. Now you are not sure whether this short URL is safe or not because you cannot see the actual site behind that short URL, right? For example, I have received this site on my mail, right? And I hover over to that URL. But what I am seeing is this URL basically, right? But it is not giving me any idea like what is the exact domain behind this short URL. Fine. In that case, if I have to check like what is the exact URL behind this short URL, what I can do simply is we have some free websites, free, safe and easy to use websites where we can check the expanded version of a short URL. For example, if I type this URL over here, right? And if I click on expand, now if I scroll down, here you can see the long version of this short URL. The actual URL is this one basically, right? So in this way, I can easily find what is the URL or what is the actual URL behind the short URL. Sometimes hackers send such kind of short URLs just to mislead the recipient of emails. Fine. In case you are not aware about like how you can check the expanded version of a short URL, then you may be caught or you may be trapped in this scam, right? So it's a best practice always just check the actual version of URL by using such kind of tools. So this is a tool which you can use to see the actual version of a short URL. In case you want to use this URL, what you can do is I will pass this URL in the downloadable resources of this course. From there, you can note down this URL or it's very easy like checkshorturl.com, right? You can try this site. It's very safe and free to use and very simple one, right? In case you want to see like how the actual site look like that is behind this short URL. So here you are getting the screenshot of site and some more details are here basically. Fine. So that's all for this demo. See you in next video. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this demo, you will learn about how you can use your browser to check whether a URL is genuine or not. For example, you have received one email and in that email, you have received one URL and by mistake, you have clicked on that URL, right? So don't worry about that. In case you have your browser up to date, your browser is properly updated, then you not need to worry about even if a URL is malicious. For example, let me show you like this is a list of sites which are malicious sites, right? So basically this site maintains all the sites which have been reported as malicious. So what we can do for now is, for example, let me copy just one site randomly, any site. It has a huge list of such sites. Fine. Let me copy just any site from here and let me type it over here. Enter and see the magic, right? It means my browser is up to date. My Chrome is up to date. I always update the browser on time. Whenever I see an update, I immediately install the update on top priority, right? Same should be for you as well. Whenever you see an update, immediately update your software, especially browser, right? So my browser is up to date and I am using a well-known browser that is Chrome. That's why I am safe from these malicious sites. It is giving me a pure hint like this URL is dangerous. Don't browse this URL or don't stay here. In case I want to see like what exactly the meaning of this red screen, what I can do is just click on learn more. And if you will see the details over here, like what is the meaning of different kind of pages, you can see over here. All right. Like for example, if I type over here google.com, google.com, all right, enter. Now here, can you see this mark, right? It means this URL is safe. If I see this symbol basically, and if I see this symbol dangerous, it means this site is dangerous, right? Same you can see over here as well. Like check if a site connection is secure or not. If you see this symbol, it means it is safe site. It is secure one, right? But if you see this type of screen, it means it's a dangerous site. If you want to see what exactly the meaning of these things, like not secure, it means it's a dangerous site. Don't use this site if you get a full red warning screen. Same we are getting over here. Full red screen. Don't browse this site. Immediately close this and go away. So I hope by now you have a very good understanding about what are the benefits of keeping your browser up to date, or what is the benefit of using a well-known browser services. For example, Chrome you can use, Edge you can use, or maybe like Safari, or maybe like Firefox, Mozilla you can use, right? These four ones I trust. Maybe we have some more list, but to be honest, I have not used any of browser apart from these four browsers. So I recommend you as well. Please don't go for any other URL apart from these four URLs, right? So if you want to check like whether same behavior will be shown in Edge or not. Right now we are testing Chrome, but if we type the same thing in Edge, what we are getting is like for example this one, right? If I try to browse this site, can you see? Edge is not even browsing this site. It has blocked the connection, right? And as you can see, I am getting the warning in my antivirus as well. Means it is categorizing this site as phishing or harmful website. So I hope by now you have a very good understanding about what is the benefit of keeping our browsers up to date and what is the benefit of using a well-known branded browser, right? So that's all for this demo. See you in next video. Thank you.